Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave with a tool tip. Now, recently I did a one-day build of my little milling machine brass thwacker, and I still think I might have overdone it in terms of how much weight is out at the front end of this. I did wrap the split handle in some wax twine, and that seems to have helped a lot. I may end up rebuilding this thing. But right now it's working great. What you might not know is I think one of the very first tools I ever custom made as a kind of almost like a product was actually a hammer. In the third season of Mythbusters, I think it was about the third season of Mythbusters, I decided to make a crew gift, and what I made was 35 case-hardened hammers for every member of the Mythbusters crew. And it was awesome. You give a crew of Mythbusters hammers as a gift, and what they want to do immediately is find something to smash, and they went and they smashed up a car at M7 that they had been using for a shoot. If I remember correctly, their producer was a little bit nonplussed about it. However, these case-hardened hammers that I made were based on a hammer that Jamie has in his collection, and it is a old steam fitter's hammer, and I just thought it was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. And here is my version of it. This is, like I said, it's case hardened. It is a simple piece of 2-inch steel solid bar welded to a piece of Schedule 40 pipe. And I knurled the handle so it had some comfort to it. And then each one is numbered. I believe this is number 2. I think I have numbers 1 and 2. And I love this thing. I love this thing because it wears its manufacturing on its sleeve, right? You see the weld here. It makes me smile. In fact, every craftsperson I have ever shown this to, when I show it to them, they're like, yeah, There's just a way in which this hammer announces itself. It is like open source. You can understand its entire structure right away. The steam fitting hammer that Jamie had had a much longer handle, and it was so old, the schedule, usually the schedule is painted on pipe. When you buy plumbing pipe now, it's black and it's got the schedule painted on it, with Schedule 40, Schedule 80, or there's probably other schedules and I don't know about them. Back in the mid-century, that schedule was stamped onto the steel. It was really neat looking. I considered doing that, but I didn't. But none of this is what I wanted to talk about. I love hammers. Obviously, I have a hammer problem. I have a whole bunch of them. But recently, I came across a store-bought hammer, and since I've been wearing this apron, I have a need to thwack stuff all the time because I'm working on stuff and I did. And the apron has these hammer rings here, and after trying out a whole bunch of different hammers, I have fallen in love with this little deadblow hammer. This is a Halder Supercraft hammer. It's called a Halder Supercraft deadblow hammer with a hickory handle. Took me a while to find it. I bought this years ago. I just thought that it looked really nice. It's got these replaceable nylon inserts at the ends, and there's something about this hammer that's great. It is super lightweight, so you can get a little speed behind it. It is a deadblow hammer, so you can hear the sand in there. And what a deadblow hammer is the deadblow is, it applies all its force to what it hits, and it doesn't go dunk, 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 right? Because when you hit something and you go dunk, 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 you can dent other stuff. A deadblow hammer, the sand comes in and funk like this and allows more force to be applied, and it's a deadening force so your hammer doesn't bounce. I love deadblow hammers. I've got one by the lathe, I got one by the welder. Can't have too many deadblow hammers. But this little one, dude, this one lives... Can we try that again? This one lives right here, and I love having it at the ready. It is like, this has just been a really, really lovely journey during the lockdown, wearing this apron and applying my everyday carry needs to this apron and seeing what works great. And I must say, among all my little thwacker hammers, This Halder Supercraft is just a stunner. So I'm here to sing its praises. Thank you guys for joining me for this tool tip. I will see you next time. Can you believe that I got through that entire thing without referencing my book? I didn't even make the joke. I think that is some worthwhile self-restraint. Bye, guys.